All right, get ready for a martial arts deep dive. We're talking Angela Mao versus Yuri Boyka.
Two icons, but from totally different worlds, really.
Exactly. This is going to be epic.
Yeah.
So we've got some awesome research comparing these two fighters, but it's not just about who would win in a fight.
No, it's much deeper than that.
It's a clash of fighting philosophies, right? Real-world skill versus, well, fictional ferocity.
Yeah. Fictional ferocity, I like that.
Well, Boyka is pretty intense.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's break it down. First, we've got Angela Mao, the queen of 1970s Hong Kong action cinema. She's known for her speed, agility, and mastery of traditional styles like Wing Chun and Kung Fu.
A true legend. I mean, her films were groundbreaking, not just for the martial arts, but for cinema in general.
Yeah, her fight choreography was just, like, mind-blowing for its time.
Totally. You can see the precision, the fluidity in her movements. It's like watching a dancer, but with, deadly strikes.
Right, and she was a real-life practitioner of these styles. This wasn't just movie magic.
Exactly. This was years of dedicated training, mastering these incredibly complex and powerful martial arts.
Then, on the flip side, we have Yuri Boyka, the undisputed king of the underground fighting scene, at least in the movies.
Right. Boyka's our fictional powerhouse from the Undisputed films.
Oh yeah, Undisputed classic. For those who haven't seen them, Boyka's style is brutal, it's relentless. He mixes Muay Thai, boxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you name it.
And he's got this insane level of strength and endurance.
It's like he's superhuman. So where do we even begin to compare these two?
Well, it really comes down to those fighting philosophies we were talking about. Angela Mao represents a more traditional approach. It's about technique, precision, and using your opponent's force against them.
Like that classic Wing Chun principle of economy of movement. Minimal effort, maximum effect.
Exactly. Think of Bruce Lee's philosophy of being like water. Adaptability, fluidity, that's crucial.
Which is interesting because, in a way, Boyka is also adaptable. He's mastered all these different styles.
True, but his approach is about overwhelming force, wearing his opponent down.
It's like a constant barrage of attacks, right?
Yeah.
No time to breathe.
Yeah, he just keeps coming at you, wave after wave. So, we've got this classic contrast. Speed versus power, agility versus brute strength.
The rapier versus the warhammer, maybe?
Haha, I like that. It's a good analogy.
Oh, it's more nuanced than that, right? Because they're both incredibly skilled.
Absolutely. And the research you provided highlights these differences really well. Angela Mao, with her background in Wing Chun, excels in close quarters combat, deflecting force, and finding those tiny openings for a strike.
And then you've got Boyka, with his Muay Thai kicks that can knock you out cold, his boxing combinations, and then bam, he takes you down with that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ground game.
Don't forget the historical context of Wing Chun, too.
Oh, right. Tell me more about that.
Well, it was developed for, fighting larger, stronger opponents.
So it's almost perfectly suited for this matchup, right? Like using Boyka's strength against him.
That's the idea. Imagine Mao redirecting those powerful blows, using his momentum to take him down. And think about Wing Chun's chain punching, Super fast, aimed at exploiting those small openings. Then you've got Boyka's Muay Thai roundhouse kick, just pure power generated from the hip rotation.
I mean, both of those techniques are incredibly effective, but in such different ways.
Exactly. That's what makes this matchup so fascinating. And picturing that clash of styles.
It would be visually stunning, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. A filmmaker's dream.
So, okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Who would actually win this fight? Your research gives the edge to Boyka. And it's easy to see why. He's just so much bigger, stronger.
He's got that raw power, that aggression, and that endurance.
But could Angela Mao's speed and agility be the key? Could she, outmaneuver Boyka, avoid those big hits, and find openings for her precise strikes?
It's possible. If she can stay out of his grappling range, she could definitely exploit his weaknesses. Wing Chun is all about targeting the center line, those vulnerable points.
So even though Boyka is, on paper, the more powerful fighter, Mao could still pose a serious threat.
Oh, absolutely. But the real challenge for her is that relentless pressure from Boyka. He doesn't give you a moment to breathe, to think.
And he can take a punch too.
Yeah. His endurance is insane. So she'd have to be incredibly fast, incredibly precise, and incredibly strategic to avoid getting caught.
It's like a chess match, but with, kicks and punches.
A very dangerous chess match.
Right. So ultimately, the information you provided concludes that Boyka would win. Does that seem right to you, given everything we've discussed?
I mean, yeah, based on their styles, their strengths and weaknesses, it's a likely outcome. But it's hypothetical, right? Anything could happen in a real fight.
A lucky strike, a slip, a change in environment.
Exactly. And that's what's so cool about these kinds of discussions. We can analyze, we can speculate, but ultimately we'll never know for sure.
But I think we can all agree that this would be one heck of a fight to watch.
Oh, without a doubt, it'd be legendary.
So, to wrap things up, we've explored these two incredible martial artists, Angela Mao and Yuri Boyka, a real-life icon versus a fictional powerhouse. And it's been fascinating to see how different fighting philosophies can play out both in the real world and on the big screen.
And I think the key takeaway here is that a fight is about so much more than just physical strength. It's about strategy, it's about adaptability, it's about knowing your opponent and exploiting those weaknesses.
And on that note, we want to leave you with a final thought. Imagine you're the one choreographing this fight for a movie. How would you play it out? Who would you have winning and why? Let us know what you think.
We want to hear your theories.
Thanks for joining us on this martial arts deep dive.
Until next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.